I legally bought 5 classic cars from a widow. Someone posing as her grandson tried to sue, but was exposed as her granddaughter's ex. I'd been restoring my neighbor Margaret's fence for free when she stopped me mid-hammer to ask about my truck. Is that a '69 Chevy? She squinted at my project truck parked in her driveway, the one I'd been rebuilding since high school. Close, 71 C10. Still working on her. Margaret smiled sadly. My late husband Robert would have loved talking trucks with you. He had 5 in the barn before he passed last month. She paused. Would you want to see them? I need to sell, but I want them going to someone who'll actually drive them, not some dealer who'll flip them. The barn was a time capsule. 2 fully restored Camaros, a 67 SS and a 69 Z28, a 70 Chevelle that needed nothing, and 2 parts cars that were basically rolling scrapyards. I did the math in my head. Easy $85,000 if sold separately. Probably $100,000 to the right collector. Mrs. Margaret, these are worth real money. You should get them appraised. I know what they're worth. She handed me a folder. Robert kept all the documentation. He always said he wanted them to go to a young person who'd enjoy them like he did, not rot in some collection. She quoted me $40,000 for all 5. I felt sick. That's half what you'd get from I'm 76 years old with more money than time. You've been mowing my lawn for 3 years and never let me pay you. Robert would have wanted this. I paid her $45,000. Every dollar I'd saved from my construction job. We signed the title transfers at her kitchen table. Her daughter Sandra was there, smiling, saying Dad would have been thrilled. I even took photos of us signing everything, just because it felt like a moment worth remembering. 3 months later, I get a cease and desist letter from a lawyer named Brandon Voss, claiming he's Margaret's grandson, and I manipulated an elderly widow into an unconscionable sale. He wanted the cars returned, or $120,000, their true value. I'd never heard Margaret mention a grandson named Brandon, but the letter looked official, and I started panicking. What if I had taken advantage somehow? What if there was some legal loophole I didn't know about? Then Brandon showed up at my house. He rolled up in a BMW wearing a suit that cost more than my monthly rent, holding his phone like he was recording. I'm here to inspect the vehicles my grandmother illegally sold you. Nothing illegal happened. I have the titles, signed under duress by a woman with dementia. He smirked. Either we settle this quietly, or I file a lawsuit that'll cost you more in legal fees than the cars are worth. Your choice. Something about his performance felt off, too rehearsed, too aggressive for someone who supposedly cared about his grandmother. I called Margaret that night. Do you have a grandson named Brandon? Long pause. Honey, I never had any sons, just Sandra. Why? The next day, I drove to Sandra's house with screenshots of Brandon's threats. She went pale. That's Kevin. He dated my daughter Jen for 2 years before she found out he was stealing from her. We got a restraining order, but it expired last year. She pulled out her phone, scrolling. Mom never even met him. Jen made sure of that after what he did. Turns out Kevin, Brandon, had been stalking the family's social media after Margaret's husband died. He'd seen the estate sale posts, figured out about the cars, and created an entire fake legal threat, hoping I'd just pay him to go away. But here's where it gets beautiful. Kevin sent me one final text. Last chance before I file Monday. $80,000 and we're done. I responded, file away. I'll see you in court. Monday morning, I got a call from his law firm, the real one, where he was apparently a junior associate, except Kevin had been sending those threatening letters on company letterhead without permission, claiming to represent a client that didn't exist. He was fired that afternoon. Sandra called me a week later, laughing. Jen just texted me. Kevin's moving back in with his parents because he can't find another firm that'll hire him after being terminated for ethics violations. The Camaros are still in my garage. I drive the 69 every Sunday, exactly like Robert would have wanted.